There we go. All right, we are officially live here on day one at JEC World 2026. And I have David Leach joining me, who is always a welcome guest on the podcast. David is the founder and principal at Composite Material Solutions. He's also an advisory board member still with ATC Manufacturing, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
and focusing on thermoplastic composite materials, processes, and applications. He's also, again, co-chairing the SAMPE technical sessions at JEC, which are on Wednesday, Hall 6.
Yes.
And he's also a jury member. We'll talk about this. A jury member for the Emerging Engineer Challenge. That sounds really interesting this year.
Yeah.
So, David, always a pleasure to have you
All right.
on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me on the show again.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, how's I know it's early in the day. So far, your impressions?
No, it's actually already been quite busy. I was impressed. Often it doesn't really get going until around lunchtime the first day, but it seems to have been very busy right from the off today. Yeah.
So let's start off. I also want to mention, and I have a copy of the new History of Composites. David is also a contributing author to this book on the chapter on thermoplastics, which is an excellent read, by the way. This thing is about as heavy as some of my college textbooks. I don't think I've carried a book this heavy since then, but it is great stuff. I've already had a chance to read a good portion of your chapter on thermoplastics. So how long is this book? I'm curious. How long has it been in progress, in motion?
Oh gosh, the book, it's probably over 2 years now, actually, since it started.
Yeah.
And certainly Ignace Verpost, who is a professor at University of Leuven in Belgium, he's been the main instigator of this.
Sure.
And so, he collected some supporting editors and then sought out all of the authors on different specific subjects. But it's taken quite a long time to come to fruition. So it's great to see.
Yeah, quite a task.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, first of all, the technical sessions taking place tomorrow. Can you give us a little highlight of those?
Yeah, sure. So this will be the second year that we're doing this. It's a collaboration between JEC and SAMPE. And so we have a full day of technical sessions at the back of Hall 6 in the open theater area. That's all been organized by SAMPE. So it represents our global groups. So Europe, North America, China, and Japan. So there'll be representatives from each of them. And it's around 4 themes, which is true circularity. There's a lot on circularity, true circularity.
I know, that seems that's a revisiting.
Accelerating materials and process development, advanced manufacturing, and extreme composites.
That caught my attention. Extreme composites.
Extreme environments and so on. So, as we said, we've got representatives from all over with 15 presentations in total.
Okay.
Just to talk about extreme composites, that's Dr. Greg Gemeinhardt, who is chief engineer at General Electric on composite materials, so General Electric engines. So obviously that's a pretty extreme environment.
Wow.
So he'll be talking about use of composites in that.
Fascinating.
Some of the other folks from North America, Rami Harrick, who is director of the Clemson Composite Center. He's given a talk on AFP under the advanced manufacturing section. Lindy Poole from Teijin on true circularity. Teijin's been doing a lot of work on circularity, lifetime assessment, and so on. And then also Anish Pusatic, who's a professor at University of British Columbia on the accelerating materials and process development. He's done a lot of work on modeling of processes and was the founder of Convergent, the process modeling software company as well.
Wow. So what catches your eye most this year from this? I know there's a lot of interesting topics.
I think the extreme environments is really interesting. There's a lot of work on extremes at both ends, if you like, kind of very high temperatures, aero engines, also with a lot of high-speed vehicles being looked at now. But the other end as well with cryogenic. Cryogenic tankage maybe has gone back a little bit, but there's still a tremendous amount of work going on in looking at cryogenic tanks. and just how you build them, whether you use a liner or not.
Yeah.
You know, how composites perform in those. So
we
a lot of work on that.
earlier we had Amin from Spain doing the jet engine, the fan, using an AFP and an RTM. It's pretty fascinating, but it's really interesting stuff. So let's talk about, you're also a jury member for the Emerging Engineer Challenge. Talk to us about that.
This is again led by SAMPI, but it's taking place here at JC.
Right.
This is several years that they've been doing this. So yes, I'm on the jury this year.
Okay.
It's a tremendous response this year. We had 16 entries.
Okay.
It is intended for groups of engineers or scientists who are early career, or even maybe kind of graduate studies at university as well, to come forward with a project, a collaborative project that they've been working on related to advanced materials and processing. And so of the 16, we had to narrow that down to 3 who will actually come here in person and present their ideas and what they've been working on. So there's a team from University of Calgary that are working on advances in space structures, satellite structures, particularly deployables and using additive manufacturing. And then there's a team from Spirit, now Boeing in the UK, who have an initiative on digitally enabled low-cost technologies for aircraft structures, which has a handy acronym of Delta. So that
works really well there.
That's been a real sort of team approach with the 4 members taking on different aspects right through from design to final fabrication. And then from Mac Electric, and which came out of University of Colorado Boulder.
They're coming on tomorrow.
Oh, right. Great. Good. Yeah, theirs is fascinating because it's making structural carbon fibers out of waste carbon dioxide.
Okay.
So it's literally making carbon fiber out of thin air.
It's amazing. Yeah.
When I first heard about it, I didn't know if I could really believe it. But
Wesley Whitaker is the person that is supposed to... I think he's the co-founder there. But, so it's
and for anybody who is actually here at JC, they also have a booth on the startup booster at the very entrance to Hall 6. So it's fascinating. They've got some examples. They've got samples of the carbon fibers they've made, and then composite products that are made from those. So that's amazing.
Yeah, that caught my eye. I'm excited to have him joining me. So let's talk looking ahead this year. I want to talk about some of the upcoming events. We've got the SAMPI conference coming up.
Yep, that's in April 27th to the 30th in Seattle. So that's going to be quite a big event this year. SAMPI conferences, particularly in Seattle, are always great because there's a tremendous amount of composites activity around there.
Right.
But the FAA JAMS session, as it's called, will be handled in collaboration with that.
Okay.
Also, some other meetings. The NASA HiCamp team is having a meeting there, and the Composites Consortium are all kind of co-locating their meetings there. So there'll be quite a hive of activity, and a lot of great visits as well. Some of them are already booked up. I'll warn people, but there's a visit to the Boeing 777X wing assembly, to Torrey, to Hexcel, and the University of Washington's Composites Lab. So I would definitely get booked up early if people want to go to that.
I'm actually at Torrey. They're coming by right after you, I think, shortly. So, that's exciting. And then, of course, let's see, we've got the thermoplastics conference coming up.
So the ACMA Thermoplastics Composites Conference is in San Diego. In late May this year. This will actually be the 4th edition, although it's only the 3rd in person because the first one had to be virtual because of COVID.
It was in Chicago last year, wasn't it?
No, they've always been in San Diego. The ACMA Thermoplastic.
That's right.
It's only every 2 years. But it's really developed momentum. I'm on the advisory committee, so I have a sort of inside track, but they were quite oversubscribed for presentations this year. There's some great keynotes from Dr. Turlo McMahon at Airbus, from Airbus Structures in Toulouse. Craig Neslin of the Air Force Lab. and Kim Caldwell, who is now the CTO of Spirit Defense, which of course is now owned by Boeing.
Okay.
But yes, Kim's been involved in the technology side of Spirit for several years.
Okay.
So she's now just appointed CTO. So some great keynotes. There'll be some panels, presentations, kind of fireside discussions as well on several topics. So that'll be a very good event too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's it was I don't know why I said the Protrusion was in Chicago last year. So, so that's coming up in May.
Yep.
So back to back, you've got the Sampi show in Seattle in April and May.
Yeah.
And then we have, CAMX coming up in Atlanta in September. Right?
Yeah.
So
Already planning for CAMX.
Right.
And actually, while we are here, you were talking about the book. There is an official launch for the book actually here.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Wednesday afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, 5:30. It's at the Press Club, which is right at the entrance to Hall 6 on the left, right as you come in on the lower level, the show floor level.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So that's open to anyone who wants to come and learn more about the book, and quite a few of the author chapters.
No, that's fascinating.
There as well.
So, I want to talk to you about because I was able to read some of your comments or part of your chapter in thermoplastics. I mean, you've been in this industry for so long, and so, I mean, given your time in it, I know this is an exciting time for you, given where you started, seeing all of the emerging technologies in thermoplastic applications. So if you would just kind of talk about this and some of the things that you're seeing this year.
Sure. It's been really interesting to see how thermoplastics have developed over time. I think, to be honest, in aerospace, I think it's been a lot slower than anybody expected. Right. It's taken a lot longer time. And some of the drivers have really changed over time. I mean, initially the thoughts were, you can make parts much quicker. Then in some of the early days, it became about toughness because there were limitations with thermoset composite toughness. It then really moved into the ability to make larger scale parts as well, using things like thermoplastic AFP and assembly with welding.
Right.
Now it's sort of come back to rate because now we're talking about next generation single aisles at maybe 100 a month each for Airbus and Boeing.
Right.
So that's actually really driving rate.
Yeah.
And then also a lot of other programs like advanced air mobility, some of the defense programs that are also looking at much higher volume, like the collaborative combat aircraft, for instance. So it's really around rate. And also sustainability has become important as well. Particularly the ability to recycle thermoplastics.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Toray, when they come by, some of the the A380.
Yes. Okay.
Some of the old recycling some of those old parts.
Yeah, into I think A320 parts. I think is what they're doing.
That's I think they were they won the innovation award for that one, and then they've also got they were finalists for I think some sports related equipment. I believe tennis rackets. So it's pretty amazing. But
so it's although thermoplastics have been around for a while, I think it's more exciting now in thermoplastics than it has been in my entire career, actually.
Well, David, it is always a pleasure to see you at the show. I hope you have a wonderful time. You and your lovely wife, you can't see on camera, but she's over here to the side and she's giving us a nice wave. And I hope you have a great time here in Paris, and best of success, and hope everything goes well with which I know they will, with the Sampi Award presentations tomorrow. So,
all right, great.
Thank you, David.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure. Absolutely.
Great. Thank you.